All right, ladies and gentlemen, the week has closed and we are going to look at gold and silver, copper, oil, commodities, some ETFs, and so on in just a minute. I would like to say that I am planning a video with Burak once again, where he will come on and give his view on gold, silver, oil, uranium, of course, uranium, the good old uranium, and why he thinks that the Nasdaq and so on will reach all-time highs and above before we have any significant crash. I'm very interested in that because I'm in the camp that we will not see an all-time high. But when Borak says something like that, I'm always very interested because I highly respect his technical analysis a lot. So I'm planning this for this week. Hopefully we'll get it done. Also, I'm planning a video with Capital Cosm where we will discuss uranium just like we did last Friday. But it will come out in the weekends here. So that's in the pipeline. What's also in the pipeline is the weekly closes for commodities. Let's dive in. Copper did amazing. Copper, I'm talking about silver, of course, did amazingly. Look at this candlestick reversal here. We talked about 3 weeks ago. We had a big down week. Then we had a doji, or whatever you want to call it. And now we have taken out the previous red bar there. Very bullish for silver. Also, we are above the 30 weekly moving average, which is right here. You can see that one we cleared as well. We have all the connections coming through there, and all the way down. We are back above that one. We have the big level, as you know, at 26, and that trend line right here. That trend line right there. That's the one you're looking for. Getting above 26, in my view, will kickstart this silver bull run once again. Third leg up, in my view. And yeah, we also have a resistance line coming down here. It's a shorter time frame one, but again, I'm only looking at the 26 and this trend line right there, connecting the highs, the peak high there from 2020, and the highs coming across. But still, this week was very good. We are up roughly how much? 7%. Amazing. I love it. I absolutely love it. Gold also looking fine. Not as good, I will say, as silver, but still looking absolutely fine all over. Nothing to worry about in my view. We are in this formation right here, connecting the highs there. There you have this downward falling wedge right there. As you can see, we're not above the 30 weekly. And again, we are just waiting to see what happens, how this one resolves. Usually, as you know, falling wedges resolves to the upside. The overall trend is up. And again, I think when we break this one, we will have the fourth go at the all-time high. Maybe a bit of a jiggling here, and then we will break through. That is my take on it. We have a bull flag here. So you have a shorter term measured move as well, which is roughly, let's call it $350 from the break. So that takes you to 2,300 or so, $2,300 or so for this bull flag when it resolves to the upside. Gold looking fine. Again, how did the weekly bar look? You can see it right here, bullish engulfing. Barely did we close above the body high. No, we did, but still, this is a nice reversal. Again, we need to get above the 30 weekly. So yeah, I think in the next month or so, we will have the resolvent to the upside. Also, if you look at the gold to silver ratio, we are right there. You know, I can actually show you real quickly because it's actually quite important when it comes to gold and silver. Look at this. I've removed a lot of stuff. And this, my dear friends, is, as you know, I was very bullish here and it fooled me. We came all the way up again here and we didn't make a new high compared to here. So you still have the head and shoulders formation. The neckline is right here at 78.5. You should note that one down in my the way I see it. 78.5 is the neckline. And you can see we have basically broken it again. We will see what happens here if we go back up again like we did here. But again, how many times can this trend line hold? We have pounced through at it like 8 times or so. So I will not put my money on that this will hold again. Next week, very critical. If we have follow through here, it's a done deal. Gold and silver and commodities for that matter is going way, way higher. We want this to go lower. The measured moves we have made before, as you know, big inverted head and a big head and shoulders right there. And the next stop will be the 64. Then we might get a little of a jiggle here, and then we will go down again when this bad boy breaks. The measured move is that one right there at 30, the 2011 high. Beautiful. Okay, the dollar is still right there. The dollar is actually in a rising wedge, which is overall bullish, but it has broken some key technicals. The trend lines, all these that are connecting here. You have a lot of stuff. You also have this rail, as we talked about. It's peaking above here, but let's see how it acts, because if it starts to fall down through the wedge, which you see often, so you see a move to the upside, then it comes back down, very bearish. But again, the dollar is actually quite strong at the moment. Again, the next month or so, we will see how it goes. Again, taking out this high here at 104.7 means we have a higher high. So this is a fake out. So very critical moment in time here. So that's the dollar for you guys. Quite similar here, the US 10-year yield. We are fighting a double top here, bearish wedge or rising wedge to the upside. As you can see it right here, they usually resolve to the downside, usually. So that's my bet on the rates. Why is it messing with my, there it is. So what's happening when we break here? Then we have some resistances at 4, support, excuse me. Again, if that's taken out, then we're going, in my view, all the way back down to that trend line, which is coming down here at around 3.7. So we will see. I think this has made its course, and then we will go back down. Again, taking the highs out here again, if we go, then that's when everything will start to fall apart, in my view. Rates will soar to the upside, and that is not good for the entire ecosystem or the market. Palladium, nothing has happened. We're still in this bad boy right there. Again, we are looking for a break. Let me zoom in here. In my view, we are looking for a break at 1350, 1330, 1350, depending on how you view it. So we want to see this one curl back up here, right there. There it is. This is what I'm waiting for, this level here. It's getting taken out. Then we have taken that pivot. Also, we have broken out. And I would assume that if we go to the weekly, there it is. You can see here, we have the 30 weekly falling down here. So we need to make a big spike here in order to negate that 30 weekly moving average coming down. Platinum, a great week for platinum, an absolute monster week. Big reversal candle here. You have the hammer pattern here from last week, and we have a major follow through. We are up how much? 4% for the week. Splendid. The green support held, as you can see here, a bit of a wiggle below here, but that's fine. This is overall long-term 15-year golden trend line held as well. Again, we have some work to do. We need to get above the 30 weekly, and then we have tons of resistance here. So yeah, that's so this candle formation right here is very, very bullish. But again, we have a lot of overhead resistance. But overall, what you're seeing is a major bull flag right here in the making. There it is. It wasn't pointed as good, but or drawn as good, but you have it right here. The bull flag might take, again, getting above the 1,000 into the 1100s. That's when you will see platinum do what I think it will do. It has drawn out way longer than I would have expected. I really thought this was the big one back in April. Clearly not. But the $900 held as well. So platinum, early stages, but showing some sign of life here, which is very positive. Copper, good old copper. Nothing much has happened since last week. We had the touches here, 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 and then a tiny fake out to the downside and trying to make a reversal pattern here. Not quite as a strong week, but the main part is we're still back in that wedge right there, which we have been looking at for many, many, many months now. So copper again, we need to clear the $4 level. Quite clearly for me, that's what everyone is waiting for. Can we clear the $4 level and break out here? That's what everyone is looking at, in my view. So we have a range here between 3, 3.5, and 4. And preferably, we want to have the lower green support to hold. Nat gas, good old nat gas here on the weekly. You can see here, the 30 weekly moving average is holding up as support right now. Still in the bear flag. And we had jiggled a bit below the $2.46 level, but the bear flag is still very much intact. And we need to get back above here very quickly in order to negate that bear flag. Looking at the European gas, as you can see here, we still have this in play, a complete retest of that long-term trend line here. And that's also very much in line with the bear flag on on the futures gas prices. Still, the big level to watch is at 44, excuse me. And yeah, it was a messy week, to be honest. But yeah, trying to make a bottom, quite clearly trying to. And we are heading into the winter months here in Europe as well. So that's not that's bullish for gas. XOP, as you can see here, once we cleared that one, we ran all the way up here as we expected it to do. And now we're just having a bit of a reversal candlestick up there. And I would expect, it to pause here and to regain some strength. So that's XOP. Looking at OIH, still sitting on top of that red support zone. We should actually make it green, right, since it's support. Right there it is. They're still looking fine above the 30 weekly, and nothing more to add. As long as this uptrend trend line holds here all the way up, then we're all good. Lithium, a small green candle, possibly a bullish Harami weekly, but we need to see what happens next. Again, I think we could make an impulse lower low here at around 54, as you know, but still overall, this is a bull flag. Usually they return to the upside once the correction or the consolidation is over. Banking, looking terrible, as you know. Nothing has happened. The 30 weekly held, as you can see here. And we have a doji, harami, whatever you want to call it, candlestick right there. We are in a bear flag right there anyways. And I think we are, possibly going lower if the 30 weekly gives in. Nvidia, this on a weekly candle, this right here, let me just remove that one. That's a very, okay, I can't do that. That's a very, very bearish weekly candlestick. Big volume, all the way up and then returning to the lows of the candle. That's very bearish overall. Still on the daily, we are okay-ish. We had this rising wedge here, which we broke. So actually what's basically happening now is that we are retesting the bull flag. The top of the bull flag we're retesting right now. And again, if that doesn't hold, we are in for more downside. But typically, if you get the retest, you get the resumption. So it's a 50-50 game. I don't know. I'm bearish, but I've been bearish ever since here. So we haven't gone down that much from there. So let's see what happens next week. But the weekly candle looks very bad. Very, very bad. It's I think Gareth Soloway calls it a topping tail on a weekly. That could spell disaster. And if this is the big pullback that we're waiting for, again, the gap here at just above 300, that's what I'm looking at. Brazil on a weekly, again, great weekly candle. Nothing much to add, to be honest. The 30 weekly is coming up, and yeah, when we take out the $34, $35 level, that's my entry. You do as you may, but that's my entry. For a long position to collect also dividends, 9%. Beautiful. Nickel, what's happening with nickel? I need to adjust the chart here. It's messing with me. We're actually in this long-term channel right there. But again, let's see how it acts. I still think that we are going to scoop to the upside. But for now, it is not looking very, very good. For some reason, my 30 weekly indicator, I don't know, strange. Okay. SIL, the silver miners, again, I'm just waiting to see what happens here at this double rail right there, basically. And we have big resistance above here. And again, getting above the 32, 33, this horizontal level coming right there. That's when you basically are getting a lot more bullish. But right now, it does nothing. It doesn't look good, to be honest. But again, if gold and silver does what I think it will do, hopefully in the very, very, very near future, this one will scoop up like that and outperform gold and silver. Quite simply, this is the pattern I'm looking at for the GDXJ. Megaphone pattern downwards. At some point, it will break to the upside. When? I have no idea. Again, if gold does what I think it will in the near term, it will happen very, very soon. Clearing that one. We have 1, 2, 3, right? So the fourth will probably be the time where we go way higher. But still, it has been a pain ever since 2020. I will admit that. But at some point, the pain got to end. And if you divide, the GDXJ with gold, they are insanely undervalued right now. Probably one of the best bets in my view. If you want to have a long-term contrarian play, that's gold and silver miners, really. It really is. Okay, I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, what to say? I don't think there's much to say. Maybe, do you think that this is the time for the gold to silver ratio to finally start the breakdown here? That one, that bad boy right there. Let me know in the comments below. You can see it here, how close we are. I think it is. But again, I thought we were doing it right here as well. So let's see. The big 78.5 is the level to have a weekly close under. That's when it's go time for gold and silver. Do you agree? Don't agree? Let me know. Anything, I will answer happily. Have a great weekend, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.